Well, 1 year after the Indian mobile phone manufacturers got a second lease of life, how are they faring in terms of sale and competing with the big global and Chinese phone makers? Well, the figures on phone shipments perhaps holds a clue. Here are the numbers. Now, the recently released IDC report has thrown up some worrying numbers. The two brands with the largest market share, that Xiaomi and Samsung, both saw a degrowth in terms of total shipments as compared to the Jan to March quarter of 2021. The same period in 2022 saw Xiaomi shipments falling by as much as 18%, while Samsung saw a fall of nearly 5%. The picture is pretty similar for some of the other companies as well. Vivo saw a fall of about 17%, while Oppo shipments fell by over 24%. The only exception here was Realme, seeing nearly a 50% jump in their total shipment. And as far as the overall smartphone picture is concerned for Jan to March quarter of 2022, well, the total shipments fell from 38 to 37 million units, fall of nearly 5%. The story is worse for feature phones shipments, seeing a fall of as much as 43% for the Jan to March quarter of 2022 on a YOY basis. So what does the Indian market hold for the smartphones as well as for feature phones in 2022? Well, as per the IDC report, the outlook for 2022 is quote-unquote cautious. The report expects the April to June quarter to be equally muted, with the first half of 2022 faring lower than the same period of last year. But what are the concerns staring the industry in the face? Well, the concern that has been red flagged is inflation and the likely impact on buying decisions by customers. Rising prices and tightening purse strings will affect the sales. Another key issue are supply side constraints. The report indicates that aggressive lockdowns in China is likely to hurt manufacturing back home here in India. Now, the situation is likely to improve, they say, by the second half of this year. But in this entire mix, where do the Indian brands stand? Well, the Indian brands are struggling to compete with Chinese companies. Within smartphones, Chinese companies enjoy a 74% market share, while in feature phones, itel, a Chinese company, has led the market share for nearly 9 quarters now. Lava gets to the second place among feature phones with a 22% market share. Now, the industry had recently celebrated a big surge in exports in FY22. On a YOY basis, FY22 saw phone exports of 42,000 crore rupees compared to 24,000 crores in FY21. But probing these numbers closely reveals that the surge was enabled primarily by Samsung with 24,000 crores in exports and Apple with nearly 12,000 crore rupees in exports. So with major headwinds and supply side issues, the industry, especially the domestic players, may be hoping for a little more hand-holding from the government to follow the China and the Vietnam model.